In the previous lecturer, we have left out with two of the yojanas or schemes that are enrolled by the government of India. Right. Today we will be seeing these two schemes. One is Rajiv Gandhi Shramik Kalyan Yojana and the other being Atal Bhimit Vyakti Kalyan Yojana. These are the two central schemes that will be beneficial for the persons who are unemployed for a temporary period or for a longer period. First, we will see Rajiv Gandhi Shramik Kalyan Yojana. The scheme of unemployment allowance. See, it is an unemployment allowance scheme that was introduced with effective from 1/4/2005. Do remember this date because this date is very important. This may be asked in examinations as due to the pandemic, this Rajiv Gandhi Shramik Kalyan Yojana has been in news for more days, right? And it was introduced and it is effective from 1/4/2005. That means 1st April. 1st April 2005 it is in effect. Now we will see the provisions in this Rajiv Gandhi Shramik Kalyan Yojana. An insured person who become unemployed after being insured 3 or more years. That means if at all a person is working for 3 years, right, and in this 3 years he has been enrolled in this Rajiv Gandhi Shramik Kalyan Yojana, and after these 3 years he is unemployed or he has lost his job, then he will be eligible to avail this benefits from this Rajiv Gandhi Shramik Kalyan Yojana. Now we will see the provisions. Unemployment allowance equal to 50% of wages for a maximum period of 2 years. Do remember this, it is for 2 years, right? It will give an unemployment allowance of 50% of wages, right? Of 50% of wages. That means if at all his monthly salary was 10,000, now he will get 5,000 per month, okay, for 2 years, for a maximum period of 2 years. Then he will also get a benefit of medical care for self and family from ESI hospitals or dispensaries during the period of IP receives unemployment allowance. That means if at all when a person who is enrolled in this act will receive unemployment allowance, including he will also receive medical benefits for him as well as for his family. Then there will be an occasional training for upgrading the skills, expenditure on fee, traveling allowance borne by ESIC, right? If at all they are providing this vocational training, just imagine in any of the city like Bangalore and you are staying nearby, say Tumkur, right? You need to travel from Tumkur to Belgaum and this traveling allowance will also be provided by this act. Next, incentive to employees in private sector for providing regular employment to the persons with disability. Minimum wage limit for physically disabled persons for availing ESI benefits is rupees 25,000. Right. That means if at all if there is a physical handicapped person, to avail him this ESI benefit, his income should be 25,000 or less than 25,000. Employer's contribution is paid by the central government for 3 years. Do remember, employee contribution is not paid, but employer's contribution, that means the contribution of the boss, is paid for 3 years by the central government. Next, we will be moving on or we will be seeing the scheme of Atal Bhimit Vyakti Kalyan Yojana. This scheme was enrolled in 2018. It was enrolled in 2018 by the central government. Atal Bhimit Vyakti Kalyan Yojana is a welfare measure. What it is? It is a welfare measure being implemented by the Employee State Insurance Corporation. That means you can directly say that it is indirectly implementing directive principles of state policy of Indian Constitution. This may be a question and it can be asked in examinations. Okay, Atal Bhimit Vyakti Kalyan Yojana is indirectly implementing directive principles of state policy, that is nothing but a welfare concept. Right, it is implementing a welfare concept. Now we will see what are the benefits or provisions under this act. First one, it offers cash compensation. It is important, it offers cash compensation. Even the previous yojana or scheme will also cash compensation. This will also avail cash compensation to insured persons when they are rendered unemployed. That means if at all they have lost their jobs, then they will get the benefit from this. The scheme was introduced in 2018. Do remember this year, it was in 2018. The scheme provides relief to the extent of 25% of the average wage per day earning during the previous 4 contribution periods, and it is paid up to a maximum of 90 days. This is important. It is up to of maximum 90 days, whereas the previous scheme was for 2 years. It was a longer period and this is a shorter period. The claim for relief under the Atal Bimit Kalyan Yojana will be payable after the 3 months of his or her clear unemployment. That means if at all you have lost job in the month of January, then you will have to try for employment in the 3 months period. If at all even after trying in these 3 months you are unable to get employment and you are unemployed, right, then you will get the compensation after this period of 3 months. This is the simple thinking. Now we will see who are eligible for this. Employees covered under section 2 clause 9 of the Employee State Insurance Act of 1948, that means who are all covered under ESIC Act of 1948 are covered under this Yojana. Second, the insured person should have been in insurable employment for a minimum period of 2 years. The insured person should have contributed not less than 78 days during each of the preceding 4 contribution periods. The contribution in respect of him should have been paid or payable by the employer. The contingencies of the unemployment should not have been as a result of any punishment for misconduct or superannuation voluntary retirement. Right? If at all he has voluntarily retired from the job, then he will not be able to avail the benefit. But if at all he has been laid off or he has been fired, then he will be eligible to get the benefit from this act. These were the 2 important acts that we need to discuss. And it is very important for the examination as these 2 provisions or yojanas or schemes have been in news due to the pandemic, and it has been very useful for the migrant workers as well as many of the local workers. If you want to read more about this, you can read it from the handouts. We will be providing handouts in the form of PDF on the Telegram channel. You can get the link in the description. If you have any queries, you can comment it. In the handouts, we have provided the establishment of Employee State Insurance Act, about the constitution of the corporation, the term of the office of the corporation members, what are medical benefit councils, and some other information such as Employee State Insurance Fund and expense of the fund, how this expense is done, as well as the budget. See, the annual report, the audited accounts of the corporation, along with the reporter of CAG of India, and the comments of the corporation on such report under section 34 and the budget as finally adopted by the corporation shall be placed before the parliament. This is important. That is, the budget should be placed before the parliament. Right. So, in the further lectures, we will be covering some of the other topics. Thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned.